Hey Stanton families, it's Miss Salute here from 4th grade, and I wanted to just show you a little bit about the new enrollment system that DCPS is using for school year 2020-2021, next school year, because of the coronavirus crisis and because schools are closed and will be closed for at least the next couple of months, most likely. All enrollment is online only, so you have to fill out the online enrollment forms just like you would for any normal school year, but it's only going to be done online. So that's one change. This does mean that you'll need an email address to use on the form. So if you don't have one that you use or want to use for this kind of thing, I suggest just making a Gmail or something like that to use for the enrollment forms. But other than that, there's nothing really different that you need to present or turn in. Go to enroll dcps.dc.gov. That will take you straight to this website. And once you get to this website, you can click in a few places, but the Learn More tab will take you right there. And at any time, they pop this email address up all over, but at any time if you have questions, you can always email enroll@k12.dc.gov, or you can call Stanton, and there should be somebody there in the office who may be able to pick up and help. You can call, most likely your child's teacher will be able to help, or if you have my phone number, you can call me too. Okay, so steps to enroll. It's pretty straightforward, not too complicated. I just did the whole thing myself and it was pretty fast and easy. But I suggest maybe pulling this up on your computer or phone and watching this video at the same time if you want some extra help, and just pause the video step by step. But as soon as you click to this page, Learn More, they will give you some basic directions, and some of the directions on this page talk about if you did the lottery, so some like that may not pertain to you if Stanton is your in-boundary or neighborhood school. And you can go first to they ask you first, step 1, to read frequently asked questions, and this document just has questions mainly about dates. If you are doing the lottery or you got Stanton in the lottery, in order to keep the seat, you'd have to make sure that you did this by Monday, June 15th. But if it's your neighborhood school, I don't think that matters, but it is important for the school that you do this as soon as possible, so I wouldn't wait for any circumstances. Just go ahead and do it as soon as you can. And then some of the other questions on here talk about the process that you have to go through, basically what the application pages are, but they're basically exactly like the paper versions that you normally do at school anyway, so nothing will really look that new to you. Then it talks about how you can do this on a mobile device, which is pretty cool, and contact your school if you have any questions, and then about gathering documentation. Those are the same documents that you need to bring in when you bring the enrollment forms to prove that you live in DC and that the child lives in DC. The only little change on here is that once you get to that part on the application, you'll take a picture of it and upload that picture, just like you would put a picture like in a text message or something, or on Instagram or whatever. So most of these steps, pretty self-explanatory on the frequently asked questions. So then back to this main page. After you go through those, step 2, they suggest to gather the documentation first. So they give that residency form paper that I'm sure you've seen many times before, that give all the acceptable types of verification. So you can select one, or you can present one pay stub that has your address. If you get DC Gov financial assistance, your tax forms, military housing orders, an embassy letter, or you can bring in 2 of these items on this list: a vehicle registration card, a DC driver's license, a lease that shows payment, or a utility bill. You need to have 2 of those ready. So they just suggest that you get those things ready so you can do the application pretty quick. And if you have those things ready, I don't think this application will take you more than 5 or 10 minutes at the most. Then step 3, they say, go ahead, now do the application. So it's pretty simple. Once you click on the enrollment packet, it will just ask you what language you want to use, and then the form looks like this. The first page has directions again. There are many different websites for you to click on if you have more questions. But again, if you've done this for Stanton or DCPS before, it's really the same. Every single time there is a red star, that's a field that you have to write in or answer the question. So I filled this out just for myself, and when it asks you for the school for this year, there's a drop-down menu, so you just make sure to pick Stanton. There's a place for student email, but that doesn't have a red star, so you don't have to put an email in there. Most of our students don't really use their DCPS email, so it's not really necessary. If you do put it in, great. There you might get some mail from DCPS. Then all the regular questions you're used to adding. The places where you have to mark a little black circle like this, I noticed sometimes they were a little funny to click on, so just play around with it a little bit and you should be able to click it just fine. It took me a second though of clicking around the box to finally get it. And then of course, your information as a parent or caregiver, emergency contacts as usual. It's very helpful for us to have 2 emergency contacts there, so please fill in all that you can. And the siblings, everything that's a normal documentation. The only kind of different thing is that when you come down here, you print your name, but then when it asks you here in the green box for the signature, it'll pop up this little signature pad, and there you type in your name, and then it's just going to make a signature for you, and that's it. Apply the signature, and it will pop right up there on the form. Yeah, it might not let you do that actually to the very end. I think that's what you have to do. You can go ahead and get that signature ready, but then at the, oh no, it's not there, there it is. And that will act as my signature. Answer all the rest of the questions. Everything's pretty self-explanatory. There are several places for you to sign with the green box. The blue box, you actually can't sign in there. It's a little confusing. You can't do anything when you click on it. That's because that's school use only. The school will have to sign that part. And then that's it. So once you are completely done filling out those 7 pages, filling out that last signature there, then you'll come over here to next, and it won't let you go any further because it wants you to apply that signature everywhere. And once you do that, eventually, once you get all the little sections signed, so there's no way to turn this in without everything in there, which is kind of nice. There's no way you can accidentally miss something. Once you finalize it, you'll say who the school official, what school again you're doing it with, and it's going to ask you to take a picture of those documents that it asked for before. So that's it. It's actually surprisingly pretty easy and straightforward. Remember, if you have any questions at all, you can email enroll@k12.dc.gov. You can call Stanton. You can call your child's teacher. You can call me. My phone number is 917-855-6993. Again, that's 917-855-6993. I'm happy to help you if you need help with this. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and please enroll as soon as you can. It should only take you a few minutes. Bye.